right, so today we are going to continue with our geography lesson on the continent of India. Or not, sorry, the continent of Asia. Sorry, India was in Asia. So our continent is Asia, which is this big area of our continent. Okay? It's the largest land area continent. All right, and we have learned different countries that are within Asia. And today we're going to learn the country of Japan. So let's visit Japan. Now, at school every year, we do have Japanese students that will come in throughout the year. Sometimes they come for a whole year, but most of the time we will see a group that comes in January and stays about 10 weeks. And they are just in to learn more English, to learn a more culture of America. So we do have quite a few Japanese students that will come through our school system. We also have students from China and Korea, South Korea, all right, from time to time. So if we were going to visit Japan, let's find out about it. Japan is a country in Asia. Its capital is Tokyo. Japan is an island, so if it's an island, it's completely surrounded by water. Okay, so it's a country, but it's also an island. It's not connected to any other countries in Asia because it's an island. It's surrounded by the ocean. There are 4,000 tiny islands that make up Japan. So you have one large island, and then you have many tiny islands around it, and all of those make up Japan. So 4,000 islands together make up Japan. But most of the big cities are on the four main islands. Okay, so here is a picture of Japan. Now, if you saw it on the map, it would be completely surrounded by water. So here we go, near the Asia continent, but out in the ocean. All right, and this is their flag, completely different than ours. It's just white with a red circle. Okay, so completely different than our flag. So it's red with or white with a red circle. Okay. Japan has many forests, volcanoes, and mountains. The highest point is Mount Fuji, which is an active volcano. Active meaning it could still have steam come out of it and blow off the top and ash come down and volcano lava. All right. Fuji means eternal life. People in Japan believe Mount Fuji is a special place. Thousands of visitors climb it each year. Okay, so when it's not active, they can climb it. But when you start to see steam come out of the top of the mountain, then that would be a good reason to not visit it and not climb on it, because then it would be active at that point. So an active volcano means it still could erupt or have lava come out or steam come out of it. Many types of animals live in Japan. The koi is a colorful fish, and we also will have those in our ponds that are like small ponds outside our houses. There are a lot of koi fishes. They're very colorful Japanese fish. It's a type of carp that can be up to 3 feet long. And did you know that some monkeys can swim? Did you know that? The macaw can. It loves to jump into Japan's hot springs when it gets cold. So Japan will have places where it's hot springs, so it's natural water that comes up, but it's warm from the sulfur, makes it hot. All right, and so monkeys in Japan like to get in that hot spring. So when it's cold in the winter, they'll find the hot springs and it will warm up. All right, there is a Japanese rat snake. Oof, not my favorite. Here's a koi fish. And then down here we have the Japanese raccoon dog. So a dog, but it looks like a raccoon. Okay, I'll put that up close. Down here. All right, a raccoon dog. That's different. People in Japan speak Japanese. Japanese also has 3 writing systems: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. These 3 systems are used together to form sentences. Hiragana is the most basic. It's what you see at the right. Each character represents a sound. Okay, so it's kind of that fancy, it looks like fancy kind of writing, not like our letters, like hieroglyphics, or not hieroglyphics, but calligraphy, kind of. All right, so hello in Japanese, konnichiwa. Okay, you should. There's a show on kids TV that speaks a lot of Japanese words in it. So that's a common one, konnichiwa. All right, and goodbye, sayonara. Say it, sayonara. Sorry, sayonara. I know what goodbye is. Sayonara. Sometimes when I'm trying to read it on here, it doesn't sound the same. But then I was like, oh yeah, that's sayonara. So hello, konnichiwa, and goodbye, sayonara. All right. So when we meet the Japanese students, and make sure they're Japanese and not Chinese or Korean, because they won't understand you. But if you happen to see some in school sometime, and I'll mention, hey, those are Japanese students, then you'll know to say hello, konnichiwa, to say goodbye, sayonara. Sayonara. All right. At home or on special days, Japanese people often wear a silk or cotton robe called a kimono. Okay. Traditional wooden clogs called kita are also worn outside. All right. And these fans are very famous, and you can buy them as decorations and put them on your wall as well. But look at these clogs. These are their shoes made out of wood. Do they look comfortable? I don't know. I think you'd have to practice wearing them, or you might hurt your ankle. All right, so here's the beautiful kimonos that they wear. They like lots of color. So if you remember, all our Asian countries, when you look at their dress, traditional dress, they do like color. All right, and oftentimes, if you look at their hair will be pulled back, and they'll have chopsticks stuck through them. All right. People in Japan enjoy eating sushi. Sushi is made from specially seasoned cooked rice. It can be served with raw fish or vegetables and presented in a unique way. People use chopsticks to pick them up. So here's chopsticks, and that's how they'll pick them up and eat them. And here's some other types of sushi. And we can get sushi in America as well. So if you go to the store the next time and you see it's like a round ball of rice, and then in the middle will usually be maybe tuna fish or salmon, and then avocados are popular, and then some other vegetables as well. I like the California sushi roll the best. I really like avocados, and I don't mind eating tuna raw and salmon raw, but I like the vegetable kind the best. Now, however, this is a lobster tail, and they can cook up some of the sushi and put some stuff on that is cooked, and that actually looks really good because I love lobster. All right, so that's something good you could try. Sushi, you can try that. It's very good, I think. Also, like these soups that they have, they're also really good, and they're filling. Japanese money is called yen. Its name comes from an ancient Chinese coin. There are scientists, authors, and teachers on yen. The 10,000 yen shows Fukusawa Yukichi. He was an author and an educator who wrote more than 100 books. So they do have their leaders on there as well, but they honor their teachers and their scientists and people that wrote books by putting them on their money. All right. And then the yen. During the Cherry Blossom Festival, Japanese people welcome the start of spring. They gather in parks to celebrate underneath the cherry trees. At night, they hang lanterns to view the blossoms under the moonlight. So they like to also do like paper lanterns. And we made some Chinese paper lanterns at school for the Chinese New Year. And we also have the Cherry Blossom Festival, and it happens in Washington, D.C. when all the cherry blossoms come out, and you can go and see all the pretty cherry blossoms. The Temple of the Golden Pavilion is the famous building in Kyoto. It burned down in 1950, but they rebuilt it and painted it with a layer of real gold, 5 times thicker than its original coat. It is gold paint, so it is bright that people have to wear sunglasses to look at it. So the paint is gold paint, and it's so bright that you have to wear sunglasses or it will hurt your eyes. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, so those are things about Japan, some cool things. And we have a lot of Japanese culture within Lancaster County that we can pick up and see a few chopsticks. You can see, lots of sushi and pho, which is the type of soup that you can get. And we have that in Lancaster County as well. And then we also celebrate the Cherry Blossom Festival too. We like cherry blossoms because it does mean the beginning of spring. So we do like to celebrate those too. All right, so a lot of things in common, a lot of things that are different, especially their flag. I'm going to show you their flag one more time because that will be on your coloring sheet. And so I want you to remember the Japanese flag is white with a red dot on it, and it's called the land of the rising sun. So that's the red dot is the rising sun. All right, so in addition to learning about Japan today, there will also be the Asia map worksheet. And so on that map worksheet, you'll see the flag of Japan by the island of Japan. So make sure when you color it just the red dot for the rising sun. All right, so have fun with the worksheet. And don't forget, this Friday show and tell is our favorite thing, but next Friday, so gear it for next Friday, is going to be our 7 Continents Day show and tell. So you'll be able to dress representing a continent of the world. And I have a really cool one planned out. You'll be so surprised by the continent that I choose to represent. All right, well, have a fun day and enjoy coloring your Asia continent map.